Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. This week we're doing a bit of a travel vlog, book edition. I'm finally getting around to starting Our Vicious Oaths by Nia Davenport, also known as Any Davenport. It's a romantasy, a black romantasy. I am only 12 pages in. I already know I'm gonna like this one. It's very black and it's giving women in power, women in sin, women in male-dominated fields. I'm gonna read the description to you on the back so you can see it, and then we can talk about it later after I finish it. But it says, our princess of the 𝕃𝕠𝕟𝕟𝕟𝕟, Khadijah, wants nothing to do with fake politics. She's a warrior first and foremost and believes her greatest strength lies in leading her squadron of elite winged serpent flyers and protecting her homeland. But bound since infancy to be betrothed to the Hyperion High King, ruler of all the dominions, she has no choice but to do what men have chosen for her. Repulsed by the idea, she decides to spend one last night of freedom in the arms of a dangerous stranger who takes her to sexual heights she's never experienced before, but who is only using Khadijah to set a trap for the High King. For the High King and the kings of his 6 dominions were responsible for the decimation of the Apollyon court, and the court's new king, Malachi, wants his pound of flesh. On Khadijah's wedding day, Malachi and his special forces attack. Her father is killed, and Malachi wounds the High King, ultimately taking Khadijah as a hostage back to his land. But she is no true hostage. The two form a pact. She will help lure the High King so Malachi can kill him once and for all, and he in turn will not harm Khadijah or the Aether people. And as much as Khadijah hates politics, she is now the queen of her folk. Fae bonds are unbreakable, and so perhaps is the attraction Khadijah and Malachi feel for each other. For even as they must publicly display their connection to provoke the High King's jealousy, they struggle to resist the powerful allure between them in order to achieve their ultimate goal. Enemies to lovers mixed with fantasy. It sounds like a good freaking time. This is a library book, and it's always the best feeling to me when I'm the first person to borrow a library book. Look at this uncracked spine. Anytime I see a new release, regardless of where I'm living, I always put the physical copy on hold at the library. And depending on how fast I move, I might be 14th in line. But lo and behold, living in Alexandria put me in first in line for this one. And as soon as it was ready, I got it. And now it's on vacation with me, and we're gonna see how quickly I read this. Today is Monday. It has, Lord, 511 pages, and I'm currently on page 12. So let's see how long it takes me to get through this. I probably won't be getting back to finish this video, or specifically to talk about this book, till after we return to the States. But we'll see. Have you read this book? Do you think I'm gonna like it? If you read it, let me know in the comments. I don't care about spoiler alerts. And so you could tell me what your favorite part was, because by the time that this video is published, I should have finished reading it. So go ahead and tell me what your favorite part of this book is. Who's your favorite character, and what was the most, like, oh shit moment for you in this book? I'd love to know. We already know her daddy died, and 12 pages in, I'm gonna just say he deserved it. I don't care. I don't need to know that man. He trying to force her to get married because of some quote-unquote prophecy. He can go ahead and get gone. I have a sneaking suspicion my favorite part is going to be this romantic development between Khadijah and Malachi. I'm so excited for this. It's a thick-ass book, but we're going to get through it. And this is going to be my first 500-page read of 2026. I'm not lying. This is going to be my first 500-plus page read of 2026. And so I can't wait to see what I think of it. Or what you think of it. What we thought of it. Let's read this book.
There's some paper ball in the way.
Oh, some good reflexes though, huh? So I was gonna ask you, what book are you reading right now?
I'm on this blog. I am reading the Dungeon Architect's Cookbook the third book from Matt Dinniman's Dungeon Crawler Carl series.
And you've been liking that series?
It's been pretty cool. It's like a video game in book version. So if you play any RPGs or Final Fantasy, things like that, it's kind of like that, just as a book. So you're watching it unfold before you.
I'm gonna leave it alone now.
Back to my book.
So I'm currently on page 26 of Our Vicious Oaths, and a lot has happened. I said earlier, I already could tell that her daddy deserved to die, and there was just more evidence to support that. Whatever the reason that man got killed, he deserved it. Because why is he marrying this girl? So our protagonist is 25 years old, and they're Fae, so we understand that. But she's 25 years old, and the man that her daddy is trying to marry her off to, hold on, let me find it. So it says, Rashad the Conqueror had seen the sun that shone down on the continent of Namani rise and set for over 1,000 years, and thus bore the label of an ancient among Faekind. So our main character, Khadijah, was supposedly prophesied to be betrothed to this man when she was born 25 years ago. The story's always weird, but if this is a spoiler alert, go ahead and just skip to this time on the screen. So if you're trying to avoid a spoiler, my hunch is that based on the prophecy from the elders or the celestial beings, I forget who prophesies this, but based on the prophecies, it's Malachi that she's supposed to be with. Malachi is 26. He's from seemingly a forgotten kingdom. They tried to wipe out the entire bloodline, is given oppressors, and he's the one that's about to be seeking revenge. He's the enemy of my enemy, right? So I actually think that the prophecy has to do with him. So let's continue reading to see if I'm right. I usually have pretty good inference skills. I think I'm right, but we won't fact check. Okay, I don't want to wake the cats up. I'm going to try to be as quiet as possible. But this book is so good. First of all, I want to see a movie or a show of this that is a proper adaptation. Because based on the descriptions, I know these people are fond as whoop. There's this particular scene where, I hate to be a spoiler, but Malachi is described in his regal fare in right after shit goes down, right? And so they describe how he looks, what he's wearing. And if this isn't the description of a fine-ass black man who looks as good as sin with grills in his mouth, all I'm picturing is a whole bunch of chocolate, fine, sculpted people. Wakanda, you thought the people in the Black Panther were fine? No. The people in Our Vicious Oaths are fine. They're Black Panther fine times 7. These people are big fine. Listen, this is a romantasy, and the spice level is spicing. It's not too spicy, but it's, if you don't like reading open door romance, then avoid this one. But he got a third leg, and he's 7 feet tall. Do with that information what you will. I'm currently on chapter 9, which is 130 pages in. So not too bad for a couple hours of reading. I read about 50 pages an hour. I don't think I'm gonna finish this before we leave to go back home. But I'm fully invested in the story, and I'm gonna keep reading this for the rest of the day as we don't have things planned. So let's see how far we get, and I'll update you along the way, because the story is, now Miss Davenport, she's doing her big one with this. So I'll be back. So I ended up finishing the book on the plane. It is what it is. But to briefly sum up our female main character before we do a dive onto the rest of this book. Thank you. You ready? So I ended up staying up later than my bedtime just so I could read a little bit more. The spirit of the just one more chapter. By the time I woke up the next morning, I only had 200 pages to go. So the day that I started this, I read 300 pages. I was gobbling it up. Some would say, much like Khadijah was gobbling up Malachi, I gobbled up this book. That was a little out of pocket, but you catch my drift. So while I was reading this, there was some real-time reactions happening via stories on Instagram. So if you saw them, you saw them, but I also post them here.
Okay, I'm almost halfway and I just started it today. So we're not doing too bad, but I'm just waiting for this prophecy to be revealed that it was about her and him. Is she pregnant?
I think there's something to be said about a book who has a predictable plot and ending, but you still absolutely adore it because it was just still so freaking good, right? I guessed what was gonna happen twice. I did my big one personally, but you know who else did her big one? Miss Davenport. This was such a chunky, salacious, sexy, girl power, kind of forever vibes, good ass read, right? I had a good time. I had a glorious time. So did our girl. She was screaming to the heavens. She had a glorious time. But all in all, listen, I'm trying to tell you, these people in this book, they fine as hell. I just want the visuals. I just want somebody, some network, some production studio. I see a world where there's an argument to be made that it should be Ryan Coogler, because in my mind, it's Wakanda, but Vegas. You understand? Them people fine. And they was fucking. And if you're somebody that does not like spice, or you like a quick pat, a little handhold, a little love tap, something slight, avoid this at all costs, because they was nasty. They were rough. They were true, like, enemies to lovers. I hate you. That's what they was doing up in them chambers. You understand? It wasn't no chamber of secrets. It was a chamber of screaming. I enjoyed that book so much. They fine. How can you not like a book with a bunch of fine people fighting the good fight against the ops? That's really what this book comes down to. It's this old, decrepit man who thinks that he's the end-all be-all and everybody should bow down to him. And honestly, he might be right, because to date, everybody has been bowing down to him and doing what he says. And he say jump, they say how high. But not Mr. Malachi. Mr. Malachi said, you killed my parents and my siblings and my people. I'm beefing with you off rip. You banished my kingdom from your kingdom. We don't want to be part of that nowhere, because we're bigger, we're better, we're bolder. What's up? We could go toe to toe and you up, right? So they had this glorious battle scene where Malachi and Rashad, that's his name. Malachi and Rashad going toe to toe, blow to blow. And you could see that it's not finna let up anytime soon. And that's when Khadijah stepped in. She said, you know what? I ain't a queen for nothing. Well, it's not her daddy died, she the queen of the land. She's the only heir, because her daddy ain't had no son. Sucks to suck. Also, shout out to her mama for real. Shout out to what's her name? Yashara. I don't even know if that's who I'm thinking of. But shout out to Khadijah's mother, because while she's a villain in many stories, but she's also a very practical and carving out a destiny for your children. As I get older and when I continue to read things or read about people like the mother, I view it in a different light. 'Cause I'm like, you know what? It's messed up that you did it how you did it, but I understand the reasoning behind why you did it. So even though I don't really agree with you, I understand how you got here, and I could see it. Me personally, I wouldn't do it. That's me, but I get it. That's how I'm feeling with her mother right now. But it had a delicious ending. The ending satisfies you. All the bodies that got dropped satisfies you. There's enough action throughout the story that kept me entertained. I came on here earlier and said I'm not really a romance girl, and I've been forcing myself to read more romance. But then there were some really good points made around maybe you're just not reading romance in the right genres for you, right? So this was one of the recommendations. So I said, you know what, since this was recommended and it was already on my TBR, I'm just gonna bump it up. And then my library hold became available. So it was just perfect time and the stars aligned. And I very much enjoyed it. I see that it's a romance, but again, it was action-packed. They was chopping people's heads off. It was a good mix of a lot of stuff for me. And so I actually really enjoyed this. This is a read that I definitely would recommend to people who like action, maybe you like some smut. I'm not judging you. Some light fantasy, right? There wasn't a bunch of, this isn't high fantasy. So you're just not going to get the things that you get with high fantasy books. So don't go in there expecting that. But at the end of the day, Khadijah, that's a strong female main character. Listen, she really said, she sure did a couple times. She said it a couple times. I don't know if you was paying attention though. Oof. Man, this book, look, that's all I have for you. If you enjoyed anything about this video, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Go pick this up. Try to get it from your library. All in all, this was a good little read. A time was had, and a time is to be had. If you haven't laid your eyes betwixt these covers, you still have something to look forward to. I envy you because I'll never get to read this again for the first time. The enemy of my enemy is my lover. I know that's right. I know. This video was sponsored by Delusion. But seriously, if you liked anything about this, if you're thinking about watching again, if this is your second time, third time, fourth time here, you want to be my friend, like, comment, subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Love you. Bye. Watch this video next. Did you watch it? Are you still here?